Today's Thursday, February 4th, and we are on PSL 4, day 4, so it's our last day before we're going to take our quiz tomorrow. Number 1 is another cylinder that we're going to find the volume, so we need to find the volume of the cylinder, and we're going to continue to use the pi button and then rounding to the nearest tenth. So the first thing that we need to do is to recall the formula for finding the volume of a cylinder. So that formula is volume equals pi r squared times the height. So we're going to come over to our cylinder, and the first thing we're going to pull is our radius. So this picture does give us our radius, and it tells us that the radius is 15 centimeters. So I'm going to put my 15 centimeters here, and that's going to be squared. And then I can also pull my height from over here, so I've got 14 as my height. And then I'm just going to bring pi down for now. So I'm going to simplify by doing 15 squared. So 15 times 15 is 225. And I'll bring everything else down. So I'm going to do 225 times 14 now, which gives me a total of 3,150 times pi. So now I'm going to use my calculator, and I'm going to use the pi button, and then we'll round to the nearest tenth. So after putting that in the calculator, I get a big, hairy, ugly decimal, and it starts out like this: 9,896.016 da 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 da. So again, I'll continue to help you guys round just to make sure we know how to do it. We want to get this place value. So all that matters is this number right here. We don't need to worry about anything else. If it's 5 or bigger, we would round this one up. If it's less than, we just keep it as what it is, and it stays 0.0. So our answer is 9,896.0. And we are using centimeters, and volume is always cubed. So volume is centimeters cubed. And that is the answer for the volume of this cylinder. Our next question, number 2, tells us that we have a large box, and it has dimensions of 24 by 18 by 13. So using the awesome tools that I have available on here, I've drawn this amazing box, which I could not draw freehand, but it looks great. So I'm going to add my dimensions now that I've got my little picture, because some of us do better when we've got a pick. So one of the dimensions is 24, another is 18, and then the other is 13. So remember that to do to find the volume of just any prism, we want to find the area of the base and then times the height. But for a square or rectangular prism, it would just mean doing your length times width times height. So we're just going to bring in our 24 times 18 times 13. And then you just multiply them out, and you're going to have a big number. So we get a total of 5,616. And this time we're measuring in feet, and because it's volume, we're going to have cubic feet. So 5,616 cubic feet is our total volume. Okay, the last two that we're going to do, just like we have all week, we're going to do 2 that deal with the distributive property. The one difference today is that this one has the distributive property located on the right side rather than the left, but we still will solve it the same way. It'll just feel a little backwards. So we're going to be taking -9 and distributing it to both terms inside parentheses. So -9 times x is going to give us a -9x. And then we're going to do -9 times -9. Negative times a negative makes a positive, and then 9 times 9 is 81. Over on this side, I'm going to just bring down 72. So now we have a variable term, and we have 2 number terms. So I'm going to be moving a number term over with the other number term on the other side of the equation. So to move positive 81, I'm going to do minus 81. And I've got to do that to both sides. So when I do that subtraction, I end up getting -9, and then bring down on this side -9x. So we still want to attempt to get our x by itself, which right now it's being multiplied by -9. So we're going to divide by -9, which is going to leave us with x. And if you look at the left side over here, we've got -9 divided by -9, so it's dividing by itself, so it's going to be equal to just 1. So for that one, x equals 1. Okay, and our last problem is just like the one before, where we've got distributive property, however this time it's found on the opposite side. So we've got 12, and we're going to be distributing it to x as well as -2. So let's do those multiplications. 12 times x is going to be 12x. And then we've got 12 times -2, so it's going to be a positive times a negative, which makes a negative. 12 times 2 is 24. And on this side, I'm going to bring down my 144. So now, if you're a shape coder, and I hope a lot of you are, not that it's as hard on these, but you're definitely going to have problems where this will be useful. Find your terms that are like terms. Notice that neither of these have an x, so we can combine them. I want to get this 24 over here, so I want to do the opposite. So the opposite of -24 is to add 24 to both sides. So I get a total over here on the left of 168, and we still have 12x left on this side. So now x is being multiplied by 12, so I want to get rid of that by dividing by 12. So I've got 168 divided by 12, which is equal to 14. So x equals 14, and that is our answer. Okay, so make sure that all of the PSLs for this week are finished on your paper. If you would like full credit, also make sure that you show all work. Hang on to this and make sure that you've got it available. If you turn it in today, I will get it back to you for tomorrow, because you can use it on your quiz, and I guarantee that it's going to help you. So make sure that these are finished up, and good luck on your quizzes tomorrow, guys.